Welcome back everyone to Pineleaf Plays the Beorning. Last time we finished up book 3 and learned what happened to Balin's party. So now we are going to have to decide what we're going to do about that. So let's see what Bosley has to say.
We must make the Chamber of the Crossroads ready for war.
I fear that we will meet the same fate as Balin's expedition if we do not prepare for battle. If as far is to believed, the vengeance of Mazog, his host, may be swift. We cannot rest until we are prepared for the worst. We must be ready to meet this onslaught, and if we are lucky, we will not be done as Balin was, whose road was yet unknown to him. My dwarves, Slothy, Sigdon, and Thalfi, here in the Chamber of Crossroads, must be told of the situation. You should do anything they ask to help them prepare for the coming storm. The Great Delving, at least, will be ready. Alright, so I need to help Slothy, Sigdon, and Thalfi with their preparations. So we'll begin with Slothy.
Oh, glorious day! We shall soon restore Moria.
Bosley has tried to keep it quiet, but rumors travel quickly in the passages of Moria. Most of us are now aware of Balin's end. They were surrounded, orcs from the east and below, and the terrible creature in the pool by the Holine Gate. We cannot afford for what happened again, Pineclaw. But if it does, it is my responsibility to make sure that we have enough supplies to withstand a long siege. I want you to leave Moria and speak to Thorgnir, just outside the doors of Durin. Tell him to send as much food as he can spare, and to arrange for more on a regular schedule. We will not be put into the same dire places as Balin's company. I would see that us avenge them, as so that they may rest in a long peace beneath the stones. Well, I really don't know if they ran out of food, as opposed to running out of space, so to speak.
If we are to find Mithra and Khazad-dûm, we will first have to deal with the orcs.
I do not like that well. It looks down and it couldn't see the bottom. But I'm pretty sure there's water down there. It makes me nervous. What if the orcs find the bottom of the well and try climbing up? They could use it to get into the room without the sentries noticing. I don't need to tell you what a disaster that will be. I'd feel better if you could find the bottom of the well and make sure that there's no way that the orcs climb up into the chamber. Melmar went looking for it, but I never heard back from him. I don't know how you'll get to the bottom safely, but you should find a way down to the waterworks and then look for Nargark Caleb at the bottom of the well. I expect you will find it southwest of the mighty aqueduct of the depths. Don't jump down the well itself, though, unless you think you can crawl for uncounted fathoms and land alive on your feet. Well, let's see, out of curiosity, one of the problems you have is remembering what you've done on every single character that you've... Okay, that answers the question. I don't even have to look up my titles. It's the title I'm wearing right now. So obviously I have attempted to go down the well already. Well, that's the quest that pretty much prompts you to, daring you to jump down the well, just in case you haven't tried that before.
Stand and speak with me. The fate of Khazad-dûm hangs in the balance.
Do you think we will be ready by the time the orcs attack? I do not know if we will. If the orcs knew how vulnerable we are now, they would not delay. They would attack us within the very hour. My cousin Spore has taken upon himself to scout the approaches of the Chamber of the Crossroads. If the orcs have any plans to attack soon, he will see signs and can warn us in time. Please, go help him on his patrol. I am anxious for Spore to have some assistance should any unsavory foe meander across his path. Alright, so let's go and help Spore with his patrol. That's the nearest of the tasks. So we will take care of that first. Now this is not Spore, this is Uxie.
We have little time to speak. Great events have been set in motion.
Do you see that shattered statue just in the center of the hall, Beorning? According to the records and carvings we have found, it was depicted a brave dwarf by the name of Helgi Goblin Bane. The goblins of Moria have been systematically smashing all images they can find of him. I am not even sure that this isn't the last remnant of his legacy. It was nearly whole when I first arrived, but just recently a party of goblins reduced the statue to the state in which you now see it. They carried it off in pieces, boasting that they would become objects of ridicule in the goblin camps throughout the mines. If you are prepared to face dangerous and noble undertaking, go look closely at the statue's base so you can recognize the pieces when you are seeking them. Now, I actually found one of these earlier when I was in the Redhorn Lodes. As you can see here, there are several parts that are missing. And we have things like goblins and bats and stuff like that in the area. Get all yourself. Barricade, there we go. One less pair to worry about there. And I'll just turn in this quest so that we can have that done. That was just to
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm.
creep along closer to my way to level 58, since we're now hitting the level 58 quest, and I've got 76 XP, which is nice and close.
Balin came, but we have heard no word from him.
If you're keen of eye and strong of arm, I would welcome your company on my patrol. Let us scout for any sneaking orcs that might think to gain some advantage by spying on the approaches of the Chamber of Crossroads. Alright, let's go. Stay alert! Orc spies could be anywhere. Especially since this is an escort quest and they pop up everywhere. Ah, an orc spy! What a coincidence! Actually, that this is a level 58 quest is rather strange, considering that this is a level 56 orc. Like, this is one of those quests that I think I tend to do around level 5 or something around that. The Line of Beorn Part 4. Oh, job well done! Tell him that we were here. Okay, fine. I've managed to complete that, and it looks like Hobnanigans is back. It seemed to pop back open sometime during the weekend. So that's done. Level 55. Something about Beorning. Reach level 58 as a Beorning is the first thing I need to do to complete this. From Circus. Varthmuth and the Dwarves. My wide-ranging sibling. This adventuring business is tiring work. Is it always like this? Our cousin Varthmuth sent a letter requesting my aid on his own journey, but I think I will respectively decline. Instead, perhaps you would help him in this task? Alright. He has gone below to the mountains of the dwarf land of Moria. I am not setting foot down there, but perhaps you will find it more to your liking. He wrote that he would like to be in a place called Orkwatch. If you remember, we ran into a Beorning in Orkwatch earlier, among the Redhorn Lodes. Help him if you like. I will stay here, where I can dream adventure without experiencing any of that walking. Starcrest. Alright, so I need to head down to Orkwatch for that quest. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to do down to Orkwatch later on in the epic storyline? I don't think so. So I'll have to find a convenient time to head down there at some point. Oh, I am level 58. That's why it popped up now. Alright.
May Durin return soon to his halls.
You did well, and I am pleased that you were there with Boar when he ran into trouble. My cousin is valiant and brave, but some challenges are simply too much for us. Those one normal four. Anyone could handle that one. 2 levels below me. Thank you, my friend. Perhaps we will be ready after all. All right. Yeah. Right. So now let's see where I can go to from here.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
Now, Durin's Threshold is where I'm going to go for the next one, for talking to Thorgnir. But that's going to be some bit of a journey, so I will meet you on the other side. And here we are in Durin's Threshold. So let's head outside, where we should be able to... Ah, yeah, there he is. Hello, Thorgnir.
The lords of Moria have returned!
So the terribles within Moria have begun already? I am not surprised that they have come, but I did not expect that they would be upon us so soon. I would have urged more caution, but I held my tongue. Bosi and Broger are capable dwarves, and I did not wish to heed their warnings, but read the warnings of my heart. I approve of the decision in order to increase the frequency of deliveries into Moria. I have long said that food has been too slowly sent into the mines, for any number of obstacles could besiege our supplies, within or outside the mines. I will give you the first of these deliveries. Bring it to Slothy in the Chamber of Crossroads, and tell him that more will follow. Alright, so that's good. Back into... Ah, there it is. Look for open door. Maybe that'll help. Alright.
The day of the dwarves is coming.
None of these places are particularly easy to get to. What about... See, I got the choice between the rotting cellar. Actually, the rotting cellar is where I need to go for the third leg of my journey. Right. Okay. And then to the rotting cellar we go. Of course, this will keep me from porting back to the 21st Hall afterwards, but you can't have everything. Alright, here we are at the rotting cellar. So now let's find the dwarf there. And while we're at it, I think we have a couple of quests that we actually have here. Not there. Let's see, check my quest log for the waterworks. Not that they're going to give me all that much experience at this point. Moria, the waterworks. Clearly, oh yeah, just collecting some spider legs. And I can't argue with a quest that asks me to kill spiders. No, I am the turtle. Looks like also along the way. What I don't want though is my quest log be pointing in the direction of the spiders, since that's not what I am looking to do. Oh, that's what I really want in my main one is the one where to go to the bottom of the well. Set as quest guide. Focus, good. I suspect I probably could swim better as a bear. Bears, well, they should be decent swimmers. It's trying to catch any animal that tries to catch salmon that's going upstream has to know how to swim. All right, now let's. No, the tricky thing isn't getting by those. Getting by those things there. Well, okay, getting by them is easy. It's the annoyance of having to stop to kill them, which is the pain part. Alright. So this is our second trip into the... down here. I forgot our reason for our first trip. What was our reason for our first trip? Was it just side quests? Because this is when you go to help the guy here. Alright, that's clear enough. Then later on we had to come back to kill some goblins. I know, huge shock, huge shock. Then we had to come back here to search for some plaques. So that's 3 trips. Well, alright. Well, I guess I could always go to my archives. You come through here so often you just muddle them all together. But I know I've been here before because otherwise I wouldn't have this really problematic quest. I had to do all that wildlife collection. I was probably just here. Oh, that's right. I was here because I had to unlock the first hall quest. That's why. That's the entire reason why I came here before. It wasn't here to collect lots of sage lockers. I can assure you that. Alright. Is there easier ways to collect sage lockers in Moria? Because if I was really serious on collecting as many of them as possible, I could just do the... Oh yes! This reminds me of the Scholar Quest. The second Scholar Quest unlocked at level 57, and I am clearly above level 57 now, so it's not when it unlocked, that's when it became on level. Right. Let's now continue on and find our friend there. That doesn't look like I swimming back. It feels slower, but then sometimes you can't tell. No matter what you do, swimming is slow, let's face it. 9 more spider legs, but believe me, I will finish this quest before we're all done with the waterworks. I can assure you that quite well. Because when I go around searching for plaques later, I will be finding these things. So I'm not going to go out of my way to kill them at the moment. Alright, here. What I would like to do is avoid running into every salamander in Moria. Ah! And we got these crazy spiders. There he is. Oh, I guess I am going to have to fight the spider. Well, no helping that. Alright, good. We have made it. I have discovered Nargab Keleb, and well, supposedly there is a well up there somewhere, but I don't see it. Hello.
If it were not for the prospect of finding Mithra, I would not have come here.
This is it! Do you see that hole in the cave ceiling above us? That's the bottom of the well at the chamber and crossroads. I don't think we need to worry about the orcs climbing that, though. Oi! Draw your weapons! And next time, that's exactly what we'll do in Pineleaf Plays, the Beorning.